coordinator for smaller venues. My cabinets are Marshall 412s with Celestion vintage 30-watt speakers. The mics for my cabinets are Shure SM57s and a Sennheiser MP421. And the other gear that I use is a Rocktron all-access controller, a Furman PL Plus power conditioner, monster cables, and a Samson dual UHF UR50 synthesized diversity wireless system.
Right. So that's all you need to get your hell sound.
Yep. And I use Arid Extra Dry deodorant.
Neat. And we can smell just like you too. I'm sure that helps too, Dave. Okay, so how's it playing with Jimmy and Al Pitrelli now?
Jimmy rips. I love Jimmy. He's got a great personality. He's really fun to play with. He made such a great impression on me that when we did the MB45 project, I basically thought, this is the guy that should be in Megadeth. And I told Marty Friedman, I said, Marty, we need to let Nick go, and we need to get Jimmy in the band. And then Marty agreed. Nick had his injury, and the timing was just right.
Mm-hmm.
And Al was somebody that was recommended by Jimmy because Marty left. He wanted to pursue other musical interests. He's currently doing dance music and techno stuff. And what
really? Yeah.
I could be mistaken, but Marty's great. He'll be great at whatever he does.
For sure. So that was reasonably amicable as well, Dave, was it?
Well, I hope so. You know, Marty's a very gentle spirit. He's never been a real troublemaker. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure even if he was mad at me, he probably wouldn't say anything because that's just he's a gentleman. Now, Nick, on the other hand, the way that it went down, he was hurt and upset, and you know, there were some words, and I told him, I said, you know, I'm sorry, we've got to basically let you go. And he goes, well, I'm going to fight you. And I said, Nick, it's too late to start fighting. You should have fought when you still had the band. But we're still friends, and everything's great. I've tried to do everything in my power to point everybody looking for a talented drummer, guitar player, or singer Nick's way, because he plays drums, he plays guitar, and he sings. He's fantastic, and he's also a painter and an artist.
Wow. Incredible.
So I think he was a little frustrated being, up on stage with me because he wanted to, be where I was at.
Right.
And he very well could because he's that talented.
Uh-huh. Dave, you must be easy meat for an interviewer looking for a bite. Do you get tired of that?
You know what I get tired of?
What's that?
I get tired of really crappy interview questions. I had a question today. Someone asked me, a fellow, well, I wouldn't say that it's a fellow because they're from the island next to yours.
Okay, gotcha.
But someone had said, does it bother you when people say you're an asshole? And I'm thinking, and I said to her, I said, are you trying to push my buttons? You want this interview to stop, don't you? Because we were going along great. Everything was fine. And then they just asked these questions that are just so rude. I mean, I felt like saying, do you get upset when people say you're a cunt?
You must get it all.
Excuse my language. I don't want to ruin your show or anything, but, it was terrible.
You must get all sorts.
Well, I've had a really, really sordid past with my relationship with my previous band and some of the other bands we've toured with that are in our same genre. It's really, let's say, chic to like one band and hate another band.
Right, yeah.
So if you're a fan of, like, maybe any of the big four heavy metal bands, you got to hate the other three, which I think is sad because when I went and I saw the Scorpions at the Orange Pavilion, and they had Motorhead opening up for them, and Girls' School was the special guest.
Wow.
Girls' School is really 100 years old. I don't know very many people even know who Girls' School is, but it was really cool.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is great, 3 fantastic bands on a bill. And nowadays, it's like someone comes and they heckle and boo you until their band comes on, and then after their band's off, they stick around and heckle and boo the next guy. And it's like, come on.
Well, what are they there for?
I don't know. Maybe they want to get their ass beat or something.
Maybe they do. Now, you've done a few stints with Motley Crue just recently, is that right?
Right.
How did that go?
It was fun for us. We got a very interesting response from the Motley Crue fans. Our fans loved it. But I don't think a lot of the Motley Crue fans were really ready for us or even liked us. And it was difficult. There were times where it was really hard. Somebody hit Vince in the face with a bolt. And it really pissed me off. Yeah. As much as I'm not really concerned about whether they succeed or fail on stage, Vince is a friend of mine, and I was mad that someone hit him in the face. But then again, in Mexico City, Nicky and Vince jumped off the stage and beat up one of our fans. And that equally was disturbing to me. So it was tough. There were ups and downs on the tour. It was great to be able to play in front of a lot of people. it was great to be able to introduce the world, the North American continent, to our new guitar player, Al Pitrelli, and our new music. It was also really, really hard to pretend that there wasn't a lot of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
We were getting ready to leave the label. We were getting ready to get rid of our management and stuff, and very dangerous time.
But scary. So hopefully you're onto the fun part of it all now, Dave. With the Capital Punishment album coming out, I'm sure that's going to re-establish a whole lot of fans with you and maybe hook up a whole lot of new fans. Pretty hellish collection of songs.
Thanks. You know, a lot of people right now are really excited with what's happening with Megadeth because it's like they've got their band back, and a lot of people don't realize that. You know, I had to make a lot of changes with the band in order to
keep it going,
keep band harmony, because Marty wanted to go one way and I wanted to go the other way, and a good leader is going to always listen to his troops. But, you know, we couldn't, in the end, we just couldn't conform enough for there to be harmony to make Marty happy and to make the label happy and to make management happy. So I just figured, you know what, we're going to make a super heavy record, and that's when Marty said, I'm out. Mm-hmm. And that's when we said, we can't make a super heavy record with this label or with this management, so we need to change.
Right.
And I think we did the right thing. The fans that go to our website and talk on our bulletin boards really love Dread and the Fugitive Mind. They really love Kill the King. And they really like the selection of the songs. We remastered the record to make sure all the songs were equal in volume and sound. And I think we did pretty good.
Awesome. So what's the new album going to be called, Dave?
It's called Capital Punishment, The Megadeth Years.
No, sorry, the new one, the new studio album.
Oh, the new studio. We don't have a name for it yet.
You have a name for it yet?
You know what? And it'll change every day up until until it gets on the streets. You know, that's just one of those terrible things that I'm famous for, is always changing stuff at the last second when it comes down to.
Right, but it's all in the can, and you're pretty happy with it.
Yeah, I'm very, very, very happy with it.
How would you put it in comparison with the other albums? Is it sort of, like you say, you wanted to make a pretty heavy album? Just say that you're
supposed to call me on my home phone number. You know what, Paul?
Yeah.
Your interview's being canceled right now because the Conference America's got another interview from me.
No worries.
I gotta go right now, buddy.
No worries, Dave. Hey, we'll keep New Zealand in mind, mate. There's a whole lot of people keen to see you. And thanks very much for spending your time with us.
Yeah, not a problem. I really look forward to coming back down there. You've got a beautiful country and great people, and thank you for your support.
No worries, mate. We'll show you around when you get here next time.
Right.
Dave Mustaine, thanks very much for talking to us. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.